mean, look at this. This guy says, I don't think it's an indicator for Pennsylvania. Really? I'll believe it when these people come out and vote in any elections but for the presidency. What a pile of crap. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, your real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff, let's get into it because it appears that the Democrat Party is in complete panic about the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's right. Despite the fact that not even 4 years ago, they won the Commonwealth by like a point. Despite winning in a landslide in 22. I mean, for crying out loud, they won everything in 2022. They won the Supreme Court race in 2023. Despite having so much success in recent years, the AP just put out this headline. Democrats in Pennsylvania had a horrible 2024 election. They say it's still a swing state. Yeah, this is a real headline from the AP. I mean, guys, we're not talking about Ohio, Iowa, Texas, Florida. No. This is a headline from Pennsylvania. So let's get into it. The drubbing Democrats took in Pennsylvania this year's election has prompted predictable vows of rebound, but it has also sowed doubts about whether Pennsylvania might be leaving the ranks of up-for-grabs swing states for a right-leaning existence more like Ohio's. Yeah, this is not what I'm saying. This is coming right from the AP. Like, this is right from the AP, the very first paragraph. They're saying, hey, Democrats did so bad in Pennsylvania in 2024 that people are starting to think that this might be the new Ohio. You know, for those that don't know, 20, 30 years ago, Ohio was the swing state. You won Ohio, more than likely, you won the presidency, right? It was the swing state, of course, Florida as well, but you get the point. Well, guess what happened? Ohio became a Republican stronghold under Trump. And people in recent years have been talking about Pennsylvania being the new Ohio. You know, whoever wins Pennsylvania, they're probably going to win the presidency. But what happened just a couple weeks ago was so bad for Democrats that there's a chance that, hey, Pennsylvania might actually be the new Ohio where it used to be a swing state, but now it becomes a more Republican-leaning state. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's the first thing the AP is saying. That's coming right from the AP, not from me. The AP is saying, hey, some people within the Democrat Party, it sounds like, they believe that there's a chance that Pennsylvania, it could be the next Ohio where it was a swing state for a little while, but then it became a Republican stronghold. The introspection over voters' rejection of Democrats comes amid growing speculation about Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro as a contender for the party's 2028 presidential nomination, which I think if the Democrat Party is smart, which they're not, they would pick Shapiro. Like, I still think he would lose, but at least with him, he would stop the floor from caving in. But the problem is, I don't think even Josh Shapiro is enough to even save Pennsylvania. Now, that doesn't mean I think Shapiro loses in 26. I think he wins easily. But you had so many incumbents in Pennsylvania go down. Bob Casey, Cartwright, Susan Wilds. They all went down. These Democrats have been there for years, but they all lost. So it's possible that Shapiro could, like, help Democrats a little bit. I think he could. But when Bob Casey, of all people, loses, and I know, David McCormick ran a great campaign, and let's be honest, Casey ran a shit campaign. But even then, Bob Casey has been there for 20 years. He's won every single time by like 15 points. If he can't win Pennsylvania, Democrats are in deep shit. Again, there's a bunch of reasons why he lost, but if Josh Shapiro underperforms in 2026, Pennsylvania, they're done. They are cooked in Pennsylvania. Even if he runs for president, if he underperforms in 26, that's proof that, yeah, the Commonwealth is having a big trend to the left. Because at that point, it's like, wait, Josh Shapiro, who won by like 15 points in 2022, let's say he wins by 5 points in 26. Yeah, he won by 5 to 6 points, which is much better than Harris, but this is a gubernatorial election. Democrats tend to overperform in Pennsylvania for the governorship. So it's like, is it really that big of a win if it's only by 5 points? Again, we gotta see what happens, but if Josh Shapiro underperforms in 26, Pennsylvania's gone. Either you run him for president, I don't think he would win it. It would come down to the wire, but I think if he underperforms in 26, Democrats, they're just cooked in Pennsylvania because Josh Shapiro should win by like 10, 15 points in 26. If he wins it by 4 to 5, good luck. The Commonwealth is gone. It's trending heavy to the right. Democrats are screwed there. Again, we gotta see what happens. I mean, he could win by 30 plus points, but if he doesn't, if he wins by 5, yeah, it's better than Harris, but that was expected. In fact, you could argue winning by 5 to 6 as Shapiro in Pennsylvania for the governorship is an underperformance. Especially when you factor in, wait, he's the incumbent. He should be doing just as well as he did back in 22. While they expected to seek re-election in the 26 midterms, Shapiro was once considered a rising star of the party, even before he garnered heavy national attention for making Vice President Kamala Harris' shortlist of candidates for running mates, which I know people are going to say, well, he would have, or she would have won Pennsylvania with Shapiro. Again, I have never believed the idea that if you pick someone like Shapiro for Pennsylvania, that doesn't automatically mean that you're going to do 5 points better in the Commonwealth. No. Like, you could overperform by a little bit, but you could argue if he picked, or she picked Shapiro, she would have done worse in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. So it evens out, and it doesn't matter because, okay, even if she won Pennsylvania, she still lost. She lost Wisconsin, she lost Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, Nevada. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you flip Pennsylvania, you still lost. And even then, if Shapiro was on the ticket, his political career would have been dead. Because you know how rare it is for a failed vice presidential candidate to win the nomination? It is very unlikely. So it's like, okay, yeah, if he somehow was the VP, which he was never going to be the VP, let's be honest, if he somehow was, you might do a point better in Pennsylvania, maybe, which I still doubt that. But at the same time, you probably do slightly worse in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. So, who cares? And even then, his career, at least at the presidential level, would be dead. So that plan is out the window anyways. Some Pennsylvania Democrats say 2024 losses are, at least in part, attributed to voters motivated specifically by President-elect Donald Trump. Which is true, I'm not denying that. Which, this is a big problem with the GOP. They gotta get these people out to vote. And like the AP says, many of these voters won't show up if Trump isn't on the ballot. The theory goes leaving Pennsylvania's status as the ultimate swing state. Which the first part's true, that's the one concern I got. Can the Republican Party get these people out to vote? That's the big question mark. Without Trump, I mean, he's done. This was it with Trump on the ballot. He's not running in 2028. It's probably going to be Vance. So it's like, can these people vote without Trump on the ballot? But it's like, wait. J.D. Vance more than likely will get these people out to vote anyways. So it's like, so for 2028, I highly doubt that this theory really works. And even then, the Republican Party, they've gotten way better with their get out the vote operation, especially when it pertains to early voting. So yeah, you might see a small drop-off in 26 and 28, but I think if the GOP continues building up this ground game, which is getting very good, I believe that, yeah, you will see a small turnout drop with Trump voters, but it's not going to be by 15, 50 points or whatever. It's not going to be some crazy drop-off. It's going to be a small drop-off here and there, which will impact Republicans down ballot, but who knows? Maybe more and more voters, they just start becoming Republicans. Anyways, during Trump's administration, maybe you have some Democrats that voted for, like, Harris in 24. They realized, oh, wait, Trump is actually a good president, and they become Republicans. And I think that's the biggest problem Dems have anyways. When it comes to Pennsylvania, in my opinion, this is the best piece of evidence that, oh, yeah, they got some big problems in Pennsylvania. Ignoring what Democrats are saying on the ground about, oh, Trump's gonna be off the ballot, so we're gonna win Pennsylvania. Which, okay, you might do slightly better. But the problem is, look at the voter registration advantage. In 2020, it was Democrat plus 700,000. Yeah, Democrats led Republicans by 700,000 voters. In 22, plus 550,000. And the latest update, right, the final update in the final week of October, Democrats led by only 281,000. That's it. That's it for their lead in Pennsylvania. 281,000. That's it. So you're talking about a swing of 400,000 votes in just 4 years? And in fact, as we get closer to election day, Republicans surged. They kept gaining more and more momentum as we got closer to election day. And it seems like the Republican Party, they're not pissing around. They're going to continue to have this operation in Pennsylvania, getting these new people out to vote and get registered. And if that happens, yeah, you might see some Trump voters drop off, but let's just say, okay, they keep this operation going. Well, you keep up this momentum, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe in 4 years, Republicans actually have an advantage in voter registration, which it's unlikely, but in just 4 years, it went from plus 700,000 for Democrats to only plus 281,000. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's a lot could change in 4 years, but it seems like the state of Pennsylvania is not looking good for Dems whatsoever. In fact, this is DEFCON 1. If these trends continue, yeah, I believe Pennsylvania would be the new Ohio, which it kind of is on that arc. 10 years ago, Pennsylvania became the new swing state, kind of. It was a new Ohio, where whoever wins Pennsylvania more than likely wins the presidency. It happened in 2020, happened in 2024, but now it seems like things are changing in Pennsylvania so fast that maybe Republicans could actually pull it off and make it a Republican state, just like they did with Ohio, Florida, Iowa. I'm not saying it's for sure going to happen, but if you're the Republican Party, you have to like what you're seeing here. And if you're the Democrat Party, you have to be sweating bullets. I mean, how do you look at this and say, oh yeah, this is really good for Dems? It's a complete disaster. Republicans are getting new voters in Pennsylvania every single day. It keeps going up and up and up. And there's a chance that if Trump does good for the next 4 years, maybe a bunch of more voters that might have voted for Harris in 24, Biden in 2020, they're like, you know what? I did not vote for Trump ever, but hey, his policies worked. He made America great again. You know what? I'm a Republican. Screw the Democrat Party. They've done nothing for God knows how long. I am a Republican now. I'm going to vote for Vance or whoever. That could absolutely happen. It happened in 2016 in Ohio and Iowa. It happened in 2020 with Florida. And now, 2024 might be the first sign of it happening in Pennsylvania. Even Michigan, there are signs that, yeah, Democrats could be in trouble there. We'll see what happens, but things are looking good for the Republican Party. If you're the GOP, you have to like what you're seeing here. I mean, where's the negatives at? The only negative is, well, will these people vote without Trump on the ballot? That's the number one question. If they do vote without Trump on the ballot and these trends continue, yeah, this is the next Ohio, this is the next Iowa, Florida. It will be a Republican state within 10 years. If they don't, yeah, it probably will be a 50-50 state. But the fact that Democrats are running to the AP and saying, well, Pennsylvania is still a swing state because Orange Man's off the ballot, I mean, that's not a sign of confidence. I mean, look at this. This guy says, I don't think it's an indicator for Pennsylvania. Really? I'll believe it when these people come out and vote in any elections but for the presidency. What a pile of crap. I mean, he's not wrong, I guess, technically, where, oh, Democrats will do better midterms from now on, I guess, but even then it's like, wait, what? So you're basically saying we're going to punt presidential years and bank on midterms. What type of strategy is that? Like, if that's your plan, yeah, you're screwed, because at that point, that basically means, oh God, if turnout is 1% higher, we lose in a landslide. That's what they're basically saying here. They want low turnout. So yeah, it's not a smart strategy to say, well, if we bank on low turnout, we're going to win. The Republican Party did that for like 50 years, and it got them nowhere. We'll see what happens, but if they're talking like this about Pennsylvania, I mean, not just in private. That's what the guy's saying in public. He's saying, yeah, we can win Pennsylvania in low turnout midterms. Well, yeah, Pennsylvania might be turning red if that's happening. If that's what they're admitting, we just gotta see what happens. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.